behind these pages, and you could see how quick. Look at like one, even like one who ZR1 did so much for one who. ZR1 did so much for one who for her to come up and call him a racist and start exposing messages, you know. And now Shaniqua, they're on rampages against me. They're on rampages. They are just trying to brain. But what they don't know is they're really making themselves look stupid. They're making themselves look obsessed. They don't know how the internet works. They're older. They think they're making themselves look good, and they think it's working for them or whatever. But you know, you can't trust people. You can't. He Zero One gave that woman $100 to feed her kids and fucking get her gas money, so she could take her kids to school. And then she turned around and said he's a lick. You know, even when Constitution, all of them went to that hotel. Oh shit! One who tried to sleep with me and she did this to people. And these were good ass friends on TikTok. They spent every day, every second together. As soon as people get in person or really meet each other, they can't stand each other. They can't stand each other. What's happening, Braid? They can't stand each other. They really can't. So meeting people off TikTok, it's weird, bro. It's diabolical and it's not working, especially on our side of TikTok. You might have to go to another side of TikTok to meet people, but not our side of TikTok. Our side of TikTok, you can't meet no women or men on this side. It's all fucking weirdos. Obviously, it's a drama field because we're all sitting here in the middle of fucking drama. And obviously, we say we don't like it, but obviously we like it because we all come back every fucking day. So it's not even good to meet people. What's up, bro? Trying to battle?
What's going on? Yeah, I battle with you.
How many people you got in there?
I got a lot of people.
How much is a lot?
Over 100. How many you got?
10.
Now, you ready though?
Yeah, I'll play, bro.
You got some smoke? Oh, he might be. Hey, he might be pretty good, y'all. He got a 22 game winning streak now. He got a 22 game winning streak.
Hard to do that.
So it means he's not a slouch. He is not a slouch.
Not triples, not
Okay, somebody drop their glove. Drop their glove.
yeah, so
Drop
for
their
her to do
glove.
that, I can trust
When
somebody
y'all
like
drop the
that.
glove, don't put no little shit out there.
Thank you, Faith.
Cause the
Thank you,
first
Faith.
gift is times.
Oh, Melly, fucking Mel times 5, Faith times 5, Melly, Mel, listen to Melly, I love you, Melly, Faith, Melly, M Sizzle, Melly, what the fuck was that, Melly? M Sizzle times 3, Wonder times fucking 3, what just happened on this game? Oh no, he's coming right back! Pilates, Big Mama, Pilates, Big Melly, Mel, M Sizzle, Faith, Wonder, Pilates, Big D. Oh my God, Chad's trying to run it back on us. We're gonna need 2 gloves. Bow, bow,
Oh shit.
bow, bow, bow, bow.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Okay, yeah. Right back on his ass. Right back on his ass. Ooh.
we got gloves out,
Okay,
gloves
okay,
out.
okay,
M
okay, okay. Come on,
Sizzle!
y'all. Come on, come on, come
We
on,
got
come on, come
gloves
on. We
out,
gotta run this
Chad.
score up. We
M
gotta run this score
Sizzle!
up. Come on.
Fade!
Come on,
Wonder
y'all. We
with
gotta run this
another
score
one,
up.
but we got lost. Big Mama times 5.
Come on, y'all. We gotta run the score up now. Shit.
Big Mama times 5. Faith with
Ah.
another one.
Ooh.
Who is this guy, Chat? Pilates times 5, Bud times 3, Corgis, what the fuck,
Damn, he got
buddy?
us by. Ooh. Shit.
Buddy!
Fuck.
Buddy,
He trying to lock us in
Sizzle,
the
Big
trunk, y'all. He
Mama!
trying to lock us in the.
Buddy!
This man trying to lock us in the trunk.
Big Mama!
Damn.
Treasure! Oh, M Sizzle with another one!
Fuck.
M
Damn, he trying to
Sizzle!
run it up on us, y'all.
Faith!
Mm.
Oh my
Damn.
God, Chat. We gonna set up over treasure and sizzle with a drug. Let's go.
Come on now.
Let's go,
Come on, we're
chat.
gonna
We
stay
gonna set it
focused.
up
We're
with
gonna stay.
Braid. Braid said his people are good with it. We gonna set it up with Braid. We gonna set it up with Braid. End of the month. End of the month. End of the month. He might. What if he probably gonna do us how we did the $2? You know, but whatever. We'll do it. We're gonna do it with Braid. I'm gonna set up the flyer. I'm gonna put the date up on Braid. We're gonna do it with Braid for sure. Shout out Braid. Shout out Braid. Shout out Braid. M Sizzle, Faith, Melly Mill, Body Black, Pilates Wonder, Big Mama D, Treasure Killer. We gonna play him, bro. We gonna play him. That might, we ain't lost to a big battle yet, but that might be the one. Fucking salute, Melly Mel, M Sizzle. Oh my god. I wish that was recorded. Fuck. Oh my god. Damn. W Team W, everybody. M Sizzle, Melly Mel. Body Big D. Fuck, that was crazy, guys. We got two more. That was crazy. I'm gonna try to get smaller ones. I didn't think he was gonna be that big. Fuck. Try to get two weaker ones, chat. Two more to win. W fucking team. Oh my god. Oh, let me take a deep breath real quick and hit this vape. Hold on. God damn it. God, that shit's like nerve wracking, bro. When he dropped that last glove, chat, I'm like, what is he gonna do with it? W team, W team, W team. Love you, Mel. Melanie ain't even been the man. Love you so much, Mel. Fuck, I can't even get my thoughts together. But for that man, how much zero? Fuck, W team, W team. I gotta get my thoughts together. Hold on. Whew. Hold on, let me let this fucking dog out. Oh my W team, what a fucking game. We got two more left, chat. W fucking team. We got two. Love you so much, Melanie. We got two more left. But like I said, the shit, like how much ZR1 did for one who. And I mean, the shit he did for her, and then for her to turn around and do that, and for him to just selflessly, like, even like be late to his daughter's Christmas party and buying her presents to put air in her tires and make sure she's comfortable and make sure she got a ride, make sure she's full, make sure she's having fun. You know, spending his not making sure she won't even reach in her purse. You know, let alone when he's around. Um, you know, and won't even offer for nothing. And then to turn around and call him racist is beyond, you know, like who could I feel ZR1? Like who could he trust? Who could we trust? At the end, I love you guys so much. That last game was fucking crazy. That last game was crazy. The pictures just came in. That last game was in fucking insane. But you know who we supposed to trust, guys? Who we supposed to trust? If these people are staying at our houses and talking to us on the phone and giving us advice every fucking day, and then the next day we're racist or we're this or we're that.
Hello.
Hello, baby. How are you?
Thank you. How are you?
Thank you. Come again. Where from you? Where from you?
Okay.
Turkey or India? You like
Arab.
India? You like India? You like chicken tikka masala?
India.
You like chicken?
Indonesia.
You like chicken tikka masala?
Chicken.
You don't like chicken tikka masala? After this, so we got this one more, and then if I can get my a couple before I go live tomorrow, we'll be back in A. And then from now on, we don't got to do nothing. We can just do our 3 battles, you know, boom, and stay in the A League cruising. Melly fucking Mel, body, body.
Mikrofon ya.
I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello. See your pretty ass. Beautiful mother.
Tapi kan ya. Ya, thank you. To the Albanian no.
That's me lying, Miss Love. No, we got this. It's gonna be easy winnings, easy pickings. Shit. How is she smoking on this shit, bro? How they just smoke on this fucking game? We ain't got no. That's crazy. They just get a smoke and we can't even fucking. We can't even courtesy out there smoking on this. Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Allah.
Yeah, and that game was so dope, man. That game was crazy. She's happy, Chad. Why is she so happy?
Hemen şu yukarıda duran başıboşları bir...
You live in America? You live in America?
Levelsizler. Kim beni şikayet ediyor habire?
Hey. I think she lives in Turkey. I think I asked her before.
Salak adam ya.
I'm Sizzo. I'm Sizzo. We unalive. That last game was crazy, chat. Went crazy.
Bana
Melly
hediye
Mel,
atmak
Body
diye
Bot,
şikayet
T. Diddy,
ediyorlar.
I'm Sizzo, my baby line is
Devam.
Diana
Az
Faye.
önce
Big
ha,
Mama,
İngiliz geldi
Louisiana
destekçi.
Silver.
Hemen şikayet ettiler ki o bana hediye atmasın. Evet yine aynısını yaptılar. Korkuyorlar herhalde. Diyorlar ki hediye atanlar belki akşam yemeğine çıkar biz atamıyoruz bizimle çıkamaz. Bunun mu derdindesin? Hayırdır ne? Derdiniz ne? Allah kimseyi cahil etmesin.
Melly Mel, MVP fucking P. Faith, you went up to 38. God damn it, Faith. Melly Mel again, Body Bot, T. Diddy, M. Sizzle, Linus. Big D, Faith, Big Mama, Louisiana Shellbell. Melly Gloves, T. Diddy Gloves, and Body Gloves.
İtiraz ettim. Yok be TikTok yapmıyor ya. TikTok yapmıyor.
We got one more. We got one more. We got one more. We got one more. We got one more. We got one more. I'll see
O
you
adam
later.
geldi ondan sonra.
We got one more, and it's with our favorite girl, chat. It's with our favorite girl. Our favorite girl. Our favorite girl. It's our last one with our favorite girl. W fucking team. Please, let's make it a 55. Clean 5 with the dopest fucking team. The dopest chat.
Alright,
The
so I have
dopest team. Bad boy fucking TV. What's happening, baby?
Hey, I don't have smoke, but I'll let you build your streak.
So you're my last game of the night. You're my last game of the night. It's
Good morning,
It's
Mika.
our youngster baby. It's our youngster baby. Let's get it, chat. This is it. It's last game of the night. Last game of the night. W fucking team.
He got a 24 piece. Okay, he said only
Last game of the
game.
night. Last game of the night. This is
Just
it.
take it. Just take it. Just take the piece.
She took my 49 piece last time, or my 52 piece, or something like that. We have 50 wins. Oh, V! No, V! Stop, V!
Guys. Galaxy was thank you, the real. Somebody
Fuck,
just
Vettel. Vettel just went crazy. WV in the fucking
Come
chat.
on.
Melly Mel times.
213. Somebody show me free. Oh my god, bro. Bro.
I dropped my phone.
Everything.
Big D!
Oh.
Oh my God, Sassy Melly Mel! V lead the way! Southern money come from V, it's over, Chad! It's over, what the fuck, yo?
Okay.
Stop, he take a break. This is the last game, what the fuck?
Right?
Oh my God.
Winner?
Oh my God. V with that W coming to chat, W Melly Mel. Melly fucking Mel, M Sizzle. Big D. Sassy Sass, Faye. Big Mama Body Pot. Lioness. My baby Lioness, Mary Poppins. She's not here, but we're gonna shout her out anyway. Shout out Missy, Mary Poppins, Z.R. Weezy, our motherfucking team. The ones that ain't here, shout them out. Who's a big 6'9", my motherfucking boy.
There you go. Thank you. You're welcome. Bro, it's no way.
Sassy with the hand.
I'm running off a double tap. All I have is double taps.
Thank you, Sassy.
It's okay. Literally, everyone's sleeping. It's okay. Lonnie. Lonnie.
Fucking Mel. And Sizzle.
You want to eat sandwich? Yeah, pananola. Wait, sabihan ka na sandwich oh? Man, you want the sausage, egg, and cheese? Oh, she didn't add it on there.
Sassy with another one.
Steak. Oh. Huh? What? She gonna get the what's for work? Yes, girl.
Oh, I'm Sizzle with another
Do you want
one.
steak, egg, and cheese?
M Sizzle!
Yes, I'm wearing these.
M Sizzle leveled up! M Sizzle!
Thank you, Junior. Maybe we'll win next time. Hello. How are you?
Oh my god, Chad. Thank you, Sassy.
You want to buy? 467.
Oh, Chad. That's what they really mad about. That's what they really mad about.
No. I was trying not to, but this morning I woke up so late and I took my lashes off. So I was just like, I don't have anything else. Thank you. And I was like late, so I had to do this in the car.
Hey, what
But
state
it's
you
not
live in?
tight.
You say you live in Hawaii?
It's not tight, so maybe I'm stupid. I know. It's okay. But I thought she was waving at me. Oh, what'd you say?
What state you live in? Hawaii, you said?
No, I stay in South Carolina.
Oh, damn. All the way out there?
Yeah, where you stay?
In the Bay Area, California?
Oh, you on the other side.
Like San Francisco and shit?
Oh, okay.
I got some people that are with me. Oh, my home, Melanie, you're from South Carolina or North Carolina, Melanie? The girl I grew up with, she moved out there. She lives out there right now.
Oh, okay, okay. Hey.
She don't want to meet Blaze from out in Carolina. That's the last person she would ever want to meet. Yeah, she's in North Carolina. Melanie's in North Carolina.
Hey.
You were born and raised out there? You raised out in South Carolina?
No, I just moved here like 3-4 years ago.
From where?
From Guam.
Oh shit. Speak
Yeah.
English
The
though.
island.
Guam speaks
Huh?
They speak English in Guam?
They speak a little bit of like Spanish.
Oh, but she's so like mixed of a culture, chat. She's like Hawaiian. M Sizzle with the fucking sniper, the good look.
597.
Melly Mel, MV fucking P, drop a W for Melly V again. M Sizzle, love you, M Sizzle. Love you, V, love you, Melly. Big D, love you, Big D, Sassy Faith. Love y'all. Big Mama, Red Dot, Bot Lou.
Put something on your lip.
Man, Chad, Sassy Girl came through. Melly Mel, Lioness,
Next
T Diddy, Pilates.
time we're gonna get his piece.
I'll see you later. I'll see you later.
All right,
All
bye.
right, take care. Oh my God, Chad. Oh my God. Oof, what a fucking game. What we just fucking unalived they asses. We just took they asses to fucking school. W team. M Sizzle, love you so much. Melly Mel V. Big D, T Diddy. Charlene Body, Lioness, Sassy, Kella, Hot Strizzle, Big Mama, L Boogie, Goku, my boy T Smith, Yolanda, Treasure, my baby, D Don, Kella, Pilates, Big Mama, Kimmy. I don't want to miss anybody. I don't. If I miss you, I'm sorry. I don't want to miss none of the tappers or nothing. Come up, V. Fucking asshole, you're supposed to take a break, man. V went so fucking crazy. Come up, guys. Come up. Request up, let's do the final thoughts. I want to talk about a couple things right now. Oh, she is serving. Let me put myself on the panel. Bro, you were supposed to take a break, bro.
I know I couldn't. I
You
couldn't.
went so crazy again.
I couldn't. I tried. I couldn't.
Yeah, that girl's 19. That's basically how old the girl was that Ernest was talking to. That they're trying to make, the biggest deal in, like it's against the law or whatever. But even though constitutional actually talked to a girl that's 16, though she's from South Carolina and it is accepted in South Carolina. That's still schmetophilia. You know what I'm saying? With constitutional being fucking 40 years old and the girl being 16. I don't know how if he was in California, he would have still been in prison right now. Swear to God, he would have for what constitutional did. For the fact the girl keeps saying key words. She keeps saying what he did to me, what he did to me, what he did to me. Now you have women on this app that are very bitter that are trying to use her as a weapon. They're trying to use her as a weapon. That's what they're doing. They're weaponizing her. They're saying, look what she did. Look what she did. She did this to her. Ern did this to her. Ern did that to her, which is very dangerous. And these are women that are old enough to be her grandmother. They're bringing her up on panels. And did you hear what she said, B? She said to tell, what, aren't you younger? I don't believe you're 19. I think
Right.
you were
She
younger.
was trying to get her to change her age.
Change
to a younger number.
exactly, because she didn't care if it was true or not. She just wanted to make Ern look bad on this app.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Mind
That's
you,
sad.
that one, I have it recorded. I have it recorded, and that woman is old enough to be her grandma. The girls already put her ID out. The Gemini guy took her off the panel, and was like, "I'm not liking this." Now, where do we go on this app when we're allegedly using a victim story and weaponizing it against a person we don't like?
Straight to jail. That's where they gotta go for lying. Like those accusations like that need to be punished through the law.
Any body, was that what it be, bro? That was a game. I wish that was the game of all games. What the fuck? I
I
ain't gonna
sent all
lie.
the pictures to you that I
I
took,
know.
Bayboy.
I started laughing. I don't know what got into me. I just wanted to piss him off with my big eyeballs. You know, like
Bro, he got the
ah.
best pictures of you mid
You think I pissed him off a little bit or no?
I don't know, but I know that shit looked like it hurt.
It damn near did. It damn near did. Now they're back. You know, they're back in the room. They're playing all the messy talk AI videos, and the videos that crypto clipped up of me allegedly being racist. They're even clipping those videos now. They're clipping those to make them sound worse. You know, they're
That's
clipping the
wild.
clip videos, and they're getting people in the room, and they're playing them over and over. Like, are you guys messy talk? Are you guys messy talk? Listen, if you guys are, they're trying to find out they think messy talk's a person. You know, or it's like one person can go tell take the message back to all of them. Like, that's not how it works. They're just like us. Like, if we call each other case talk, like, we don't fuck with these people, you know, they don't fuck with us really. We're not gonna take nothing back to them, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
just, oh man, it's like the weapons that are used against you on this app is like, it's fuck, man. I don't
I
know,
thought
dude.
minorities couldn't be racist.
I didn't want to show you one who's thing today, and I don't want because I don't want to mention her. She's gonna say I'll talk about her, you
I
know.
was in there.
Were you?
Yeah.
I didn't go in there to say nothing to her at all. I went in there. Sule invited me. I left 99's panel. I was driving back from the airport. It was a little much, you know, a little early. 300 people ended up coming in 99's room. I'm like, I was in there for about an hour. I said, you know what, I'm going to go to Sule's. I know it's common there, you know. I went to Sule's, the one who's on the panel. Usually she's always, you know, trying to find me on a panel, but I've noticed when we're in more neutral spaces, she'll leave, you know. Or so I got on the panel. She started cursing me out right away. Fuck the horse you rode in on. She called me a bitch, told me fuck my horse a couple times, and then I went to go eat. And then Veronica, what happened after that? When I was eating, she did some other shit.
She kept bring Bayboy up, and then she brought her little YT friend that was racist.
John Doe.
Brought him up to tell you that all YT people are racist. And I
But
mean, this man is blatantly saying, yes, I'm racist, yet she's referring to him as a friend.
Because he does deconstruction lives.
how is he does deconstruction? It's a camel, Faith. She should say, well, fuck the camel you rode it on. But how does she do deconstruction if he's racist? I don't get it. Is he really racist, or was he a
I
racist?
mean,
Or-
he said,
No,
yeah, he said he
no, it's
was.
the whole all white people are racist thing.
Oh, he's one of them.
Yes,
seen
he
this
does
one-
deconstruction lives.
I seen this BLK woman have this white boyfriend, and then she was like slaving him, making her lick his boots, like bow down, you know.
And the
He's
thing is
one
that
of-
he's like, oh, come on, don't say nothing. Come on, let's just go. This ain't worth it. Because it was nonsense he was saying.
And he
And
was
so, like, we were all grilling him, and he was getting so mad. He was like borderline crash out. He'll crash out for a second, and then Sully will make him gain composure. And it's like, bro, you are talking about all YT people are aces. Then you calling this dude a friend. He's silencing you. Do you not see what he's doing to you?
right.
Like, he's literally manipulating you, not even letting you speak your truth or whatever it is that goes on in that noggin of hers.
Yeah.
He wanted to take control of what she had to say, and it's like,
What is
this
she
is the
doing with
kind of,
him? I don't get it.
I don't get it either. I don't get it either.
Because hold on, I can break that down. Because I be, y'all know I be everywhere. So the purpose of him being there was to talk to the YT people on the panel because
She thinks
they
YT
will.
people listen to YT people.
Yes, basically. I was trying to figure out a good way to put it, but yes.
That's not true.
Nino's in here. She can explain it better
Tell
than
Nino
I
to come
can.
up. Tell Nino to come up. Nino can
Nino,
explain
come
too.
up, babe.
Nino, can you come explain it to us, please, Nino? Can you give
Because
us
the way
a
Nino
blessing of your
explains it
knowledge?
is better than I can. Y'all know
Can
I'm
you
a little
give us a
ghetto.
knowledge, a
Because he was saying
Nino
something
Brown
about
class?
along the line that if you're born YT, you inherit the racism because the system is created for
Yes.
YT
I
and
cannot
not.
even say YT. I could say, yeah, I could say people are naturally
No, you're getting the word wrong. It's
more
not that you
prejudiced.
inherit racism, it's inherent. Those are two different words.
Okay. What is inherent?
So inherent means it's all around us. It's in everything. It exists. It's not a choice. So
Yeah, I
when
agree with that one. That's the
okay,
one I agree.
so okay, baby, I'm up. I'm just break down. So I wasn't there. I'm assuming you must be talking about John Brown because he does lives for white tea people to deconstruct.
Yes,
Um
John
and
Brown was on the
and he
panel with One
prefers
Who.
and he prefers to have that conversation with other white tea people. Um is what his live's about. And when someone says white tea people are inherently racist even before birth, black people are in it not inherit, those are two different words, inherently anti-black. And it's not our choice, it's just because of how the system is a part of everything and all around us. Any other questions?
No,
Like
so
what?
that's what, and I don't believe that a white person is gonna listen more to a white person because a white person hasn't been through what a BLK person's been through.
Well, see, here is the thing. The reason why he likes to deconstruct with just white tea people, because actually, they don't want to listen to us. And then it gets, can get aggressive on the panel. If it's a black woman giving the information, the ideologies are you don't listen to us. So he doesn't like to put black people in that position, and he likes to have the conversations one on one with white tea people,
But he
which
ain't
tend
been
to.
through it though.
Well, I don't know if this was John Brown or not. I'm just
It
saying.
was.
Oh,
Okay,
was
but
it?
yeah, and he has had he's been doing these lives for like 3-4 years, but they really are for white tea people to deconstruct with white tea people. And for those who don't know what inherent means, inherent is something as permanent, essential, or characteristic attributes. It's existing in something as permanent, essential, or characteristic attributes, like the our system is literally in everything, in our health, in our legislation, in our education, in our infrastructure, like in everything subliminally, in the media. It's literally in everything. So that's what people say when they say inherently white tea people are inherently racist and black people are inherently anti-black.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense because I was inherit. I mean, and then people are like that. That's still the fact that people are taught ageism, correct?
Well,
They
no.
inherit. They
I
inherit
mean,
it.
well,
They're taught it
subliminal,
because
yeah.
it's everywhere.
Even without us knowing,
Exactly.
yeah, it's
Exactly.
literally,
Like
it's
blindly taught.
everywhere. It's even
It's
before,
everywhere.
it's even before we give birth.
Because remember how they used to
It's
make
in the
all the
bellies
movies,
as a baby.
back in the day? They're just the Arabs are the Schmeris, the BLKs are the gangbangers. The China, the Russians are like the mobsters, the Mexicans are like the cartel. That's inherent shit too, isn't it?
Right.
The anti-ness, like anti-Muslim and things like, well,
I'm saying in
anything
the
that is
movies, in the
not
big
well,
movies,
here,
they'll
think about it like this. Anything that is anything outside of whiteness in this country will face some anti something, because whiteness was created by white tea people to be superior within the hierarchy of racism.
and wasn't it like the Rothschilds and like the small hat YT people that created that, not the actual American, or was
No,
it created by
no,
the actual American YT people?
no, the concept of race was created in the 1500s, 1442, by Gomez de Zurara, who's Portuguese. And
A Portuguese guys
the
created
first
racism.
race ever created was black for the justification of chattel slavery. They hadn't even created the concept of whiteness yet. Just black is different and other and not human and less than. So this justifies making them slaves.
Baby boy, what
Any
I missed, my
questions from the
boy?
chat? Go ahead, Rich.
I'm not gonna ask my questions because
Nah, go ahead, Veronica.
no,
What you
no,
mean?
I'm good. I'm good. I went through this yesterday. I'm gonna
Nah,
go
but
through
this is
it.
not. She's not. She's better. Like she's
But
not gonna be.
the fact is, right, to say that every YT person is racist, all because they are born into the system that has been put into place, is wild work to me. I'm pretty sure that if there could be change, that any YT person that don't agree with what's going on can do that. I'm pretty sure that there's gonna be quite the few people that do that. So
Look,
to put that jacket on
Babe,
every
can I let
white
it
person
drop?
on something that we
yeah.
don't have control over is crazy work.
That's why we use the word inherent, not
It's like drop.
inherit, because inherent means you don't have control over it.
Wild work.
That makes sense. I get it, kind of like because you don't have. It's everywhere. It is everywhere. Acism, because you could put any color and make them aces against anybody if they see the right shit. You know.
Well,
After
see, this
9/11,
is
I'm
the
telling you,
thing.
hold
This
on
is
real quick. I was scared of
okay.
people that look like me after 9/11. People were scared of me, and I was scared of people that look like me. That's how good of a job they did. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
the
They did a
anti.
good ass job. They did. They scared me. I'll be on a plane. The people be looking at me. I'll be looking at them. You know, like shit.
Okay, so babe boy, that would be xenophobia, anti-Muslim, because this
Islamophobia.
yeah,
Islamophobia.
Islamophobia. Thank you, bad boy. Islamophobia, because anything outside of whiteness cannot perpetuate racism because the system was created by whitey people putting whiteness. Now, this is the part that I choose to say whiteness and blackness because we don't have no choice. And literally, nobody is white and nobody is black. When you go to a hotel and you lay on them white sheets, no
Right.
white person is the same
Right.
color as
Right.
them
Right.
sheets. And if you walk and if you lay on some black sheets, no
Right.
black person is really black. So it's the concept, because it's a social construct, it's the concept of whiteness that's deemed superior and the concept of blackness that's deemed inferior. So no one else can perpetuate racism. Everything under whiteness would be perpetuating anti something,
I think
but
the only
not
color that's
racism.
superior is green, pink, and blues. Like people stuck on that mindset. That shit should be over with now.
Well,
Everybody's slaves to money. The government put us in position to where y'all all
Right.
confused.
and actually,
You stuck on race. You know they know you far behind.
well, we're not
They ain't
stuck
even
on
getting the
race.
concept of life.
Racism is the system. It affects everything,
Only if you
literally.
let it affect you.
Well, if you say only if you let it affect you, to can black women not let it affect them when it comes to our
How many
mortality
times
rate?
have you been called a
I'm not
racial
gonna.
slur in today's
That's
time?
not
Walk into the store,
racism.
walk into. So what you saying is systematic?
It is a system.
So in that case, it's
The word
systematic to
it's the
everybody in
word
America.
the word itself tells you it's a system. ISM means systems and practices. So it's in everything. It's none of our choices.
So in that case, it's systematic to everybody, correct?
And you
Black,
are
white,
right, Richie.
Chinese, Vietnamese.
It literally goes back to it's all about money because that was the reasoning for structuring the system of racism so that white people can benefit off of the labor of black bodies.
But that was a long ass time ago. They've been played that card out their hand.
No, but it's
That
still
shit already
now.
dealt. It's already dealt.
Well, as we evolve and remain resilient and we evolve in spite of the system continuously evolves with us simultaneously.
I think the
Always.
more we dwell on the past, it hinders our future. That's what I think.
Absolutely. Because I mean, am I wrong? I see a doctor down there and she's a beautiful black queen.
And
So
that's someone who made
opportunity.
it in spite of the system. And even as a
What do you
black
mean? It's
doctor,
someone who made it
They
with
still
the
black though.
opportunities she
but
was
even as
given.
a
Like,
black doctor, she will still experience racism. No matter how
oh
much money
my
you
God.
make as a black person, you will still experience racism.
So what about black people that's in the White House and government officials,
They
Army,
still experience
military,
racism.
Navy?
They still experience racism.
They
How do
all
y'all know
still
that?
experience racism.
I mean, they still there, so obviously they're not.
No, they
What
do
does them
still
being
experience
there have to do
racism.
with them experience racism? I can be
I
at
just
my
I just
job. I've
asked
been on
her.
my
I just
job
asked her.
26 years,
I
and I
just
still
asked her how
experience
many times
racism.
has she been called a racial slur,
But
walking
that
out her
isn't
house every day.
racism. Y'all
So
just think some
one of y'all
calling
saying it
somebody a
is, one of
name is
y'all saying it ain't.
racism.
So what is it?
Okay, so
Racism is a
racist. Go ahead,
system.
doctor. Go ahead.
Thank you. Racism is a system put in place to restrict us from certain things, doing certain things. It's like a glass ceiling that they put in place to keep us from being or doing all that we desire. It's like closing the door on us. I've been on my job 26 years. You don't think that I've experienced racism? I'm in human resources. You don't think that I still have to experience racism? Racism is not racial slurs. Is that what y'all think that racism is?
Because it's
It's
not.
deeper than that. It's a
It has something to do with it.
system.
Yeah.
No, it does not. It's a system. Racism is a system. It's not a person. It's not just your neighbor who don't like you, who may call you the N-word. That is not what racism is. Now he can be a racist, but racism is itself is a system that's put in place.
Okay. So how you get out of it then?
You can't.
We
It's a
can't.
system. You can ask ChatGPT.
So if we
I
can't
love
get out
asking
of it, then what we
ChatGPT.
do? What's the point?
Go to
Right? What's the point of
ChatGPT.
talking about it
Yeah,
if
we
you can't
can't
get
get
out of
out the
it?
shit. What the
Because
fuck?
it needs to change. The systems need to be broken. The redlining needs to be destroyed. The system that is put
Come
in
up,
place.
scholar.
I have a question though, Afghan, because the only reason I came here is because somebody sent me a image of you having a black man hanging on a rope in your backdrop, and I'm trying to
That
Oh
was not
my
a
understand it.
black
god.
man
That was
drop.
not a black
Uh,
man. That was
okay, it was a
actually YT people in the video, and he was not playing that
I
video.
said,
I was here
oh
when it
my.
happened.
It was
He
three
played
hundred
the
people.
video
It
for
was
the
300
song, and
people
for
dropped.
whatever reason,
I'm
it
300
asking a
happened.
people.
grown man to explain
All
something that
right,
was
I'll
sent to
explain it. I'll
me.
explain. It's fine.
Thank you,
All right. So,
Afghan.
all right. So
Thank
what
you.
happened? Drop was I was showing some DMs, right? And then on YouTube, I was playing creepy music, and then in the creepy music, it was like the dun dun. I'll send you the video. A picture popped up during when the music was playing, and it was like it was a white tee lady, like a cop lady, with like two people swinging from a trizzy, but they weren't black. They were like it was like a white team. It was like two white tee, like a white tee and like an Asian, like an Arab looking dude. And it was a white tee lady standing in front of the trizzy like a cop. I think it was from a scary movie. And it popped up on my screen. I didn't even realize it. And then my poppy, was it bot or
Somebody
so?
got a
They're
screenshot
like,
of it.
I got
Okay.
it. I played the video on my live 300 times. We replayed it.
Okay.
We replayed it
No,
like
I
two.
just got
We,
it. You know, Messy Talk is new
yeah,
here, so as soon as something happened, they send it to me.
we replayed it. We replayed it on here 3 days ago. I replayed it 300 times. You could see, if I show you the clip, you could see I didn't even know. I turned it off hella fast. You know, I'm like, what the fuck, you know? And I
No,
shut it off. But they trying to push the issue because it's these
of
girls, bro.
course,
They bitter as fuck. They
somebody
hating because
will.
yeah, they've been trying to push the issue. They just mad at me because I blocked them and I'm not fucking with them, so they bitter. Now I'm racist. I'm this. I'm that. And all the same shit. But yeah, it's just
So,
another clip up.
okay, I got it. I understand. So the
I'll send you
Navy
the YouTube
T.
video. It came what it is too. I'll
No,
send
it's
you the
okay.
exact link.
It's okay. It's okay. So the Navy T, he did have to explain because he's destroying the misinformation. That's the purpose of explaining. If you don't explain, then the misinformation continues. I just asked a grown man a simple question
No,
that
it's all good though,
concerned
drop
me.
because
Yeah,
they're
I didn't
irritated
come
because
in with
people
no
have been
negative
saying it.
energy or anything,
Everybody's
even
irritated
though it
because we've
fucked
been
me
hearing
up.
it. And I played it 3 days ago, 4 days ago. I played the whole clip because they're only playing that little piece. I played the whole actual 10 minutes of the clip leading
Right.
up to that. And I played it like 300 times for everybody to see. So we watched it over.
I get it. I
You
get
could
it, and I
clearly
know how
see me
this
like,
work. This app works.
and why would I want my platform to go down? Why would I even want something like that on my platform? You know how I am about my platform drop. That doesn't even make
Right.
sense. I
Right.
turned off my live right away when took it off and turned it off right away. But yeah, it wasn't even
I
and
was scrolling
not
through
that
when
it
that
mattered.
happened. He literally took it like right out. It was a flash. I was
Oh, I believe
actually
him.
here.
I
I couldn't
believe him.
believe
I
it when I
understand how
seen
this
what it
works.
was. I was like,
I
what the
understand
fuck?
how this app works.
Yeah,
So
I'm like, what
I
the
just
fuck?
had to come ask him. I just had to come ask the horse's mouth. That's all. That's it. That's all.
You good, drop? You good,
I'm
drop?
good. I'm good.
I appreciate you coming to me before you go on to anybody else.
Yeah, and I got to
Right.
keep it real. I was up here when it flashed, and he immediately took that down. But
I,
we also know that imagery of unalive fruit does go back to the symbolism of
Facts.
Black people
I
being
agree.
unalive,
I
because
know. I
historically
know.
it
I
was
agree.
us.
I agree. I wouldn't even play like that. That's not even something to even play about. That's not even something I would even joke about, play with, or because that's what it reminds anybody of. Is back in the day what happened to the BLK community. So that's not even something to play with.
You want Scala up here?
Yeah, bring Scott up.
Okay.
I appreciate you drop for coming. Where did she drop already? I appreciate you drop wherever you went for coming to talk to me first.
And I have some information for It's Don't Play With Me. Is that V? Um, and,
Where's
and
Scott
I,
at?
I like to word it
Huh?
like this to help people understand because white tea people personalize it. Think about it like this. Whiteness is the concept. And the system decides who represents whiteness because Italians and Irish weren't even considered white. So whiteness is just used as a tool to perpetuate the system. You guys don't have a choice. You just were cloaked with the whiteness. They decided the group of people that will represent whiteness and those who represent blackness. So you can take your personal self out of it and know it's just the social construct of whiteness and blackness, and our bodies are used for tools in those systems.
Right.
That's
And
it.
and do you
Thank
think
you for that.
racism agrees for exists? So do you think it's worse for one community than the other, and it'll always be, or do you think it's just a construct for all the
Well,
different
No.
communities?
okay, well, hold on. I'll answer that because it really, racism, which also is anti-blackness. So for white tea people, they experience the benefit of racism.
No, they
Everybody
don't.
on, excuse me,
Definitely do.
I'm came up here to just share this information, not to debate with
It's wrong
nobody.
information.
Ex,
Just let her
can
finish,
you
Scholar.
please, can you please let me finish? So there's a hierarchy. There's a pyramid that puts
No, there
whiteness at the
isn't.
bottom. It puts
Let's stop being
whiteness at the
disrespectful.
top and blackness at the bottom. And
False.
everything in the middle
Dollar,
perpetuates
bro. Shut
the
your ass up, bro.
anti-blackness. Everything in the middle perpetuates anti-Asian, anti-black, and all of the colors in the middle will
Right.
represent anti because the only one that can perpetuate racism is the concept of whiteness because the system was created by whiteness for whiteness.
And
Okay.
do you know
Yeah.
that Scala actually, I'm sorry, Foster, go ahead. I'm
No, I was
sorry.
going to say we got to also take into account the economic extremities that facilitate racism every single day. I mean, between I think 2000 and 2020, the U.S. lost $16 trillion, okay, in income. That could have been half of our national debt, right? You know what I'm saying? If we can get on top of that within about 20 years, we could be in the surplus. You know what I'm saying? And then not just that, wage disparities. It's proven that BLK men and women make at least 20% less than their white counterparts doing the same job or doing more. And it also has been proven that a BLK man and a white T man can both be felons, right? And that white T man will have a 17 to 30% better chance at getting an executive job than that BLK man. And then they did another test and they said, okay, well, what about an educated BLK man that doesn't have any kind of record and a white T man that's a felon? That white felon still did better.
What?
So it's
That's
the
a
What? How
lie,
do
though.
they
systems.
do these
That's an
tests?
absolute lie.
How do they do these tests? I
Do
don't
you
And
can
understand.
look
Nobody's
for
making
yourself.
these tests. They're just
and
repeating something they
black
heard somebody
people
else
are
said.
sentenced
Do
19
all of this can be
times.
found in U.S. Treasury. It can be found in Citigroup. It can be
You pull it up.
investment.
Pull it up right
I
now.
got
Show
it
it on
right
your grand
now. The
screen.
investment
Show it. Let's go.
integration. No,
Scholar,
you pull it
hollering
up.
you're
I can
Oh,
wrong
pull it
because
up.
you
doesn't
don't
No,
have
prove
it. You heard somebody say
oh,
this
I
on the
have it right
TikTok
now.
live, and
I
you're
have it
just
right now.
repeating
No,
it.
you're just ignorant and you're mad because we're more intelligent. And because we're more intelligent, you can't allow
I
us
have
to
more money than
talk.
you.
And you can't. I don't give a.
A
You
Come
don't
lot
on,
know
more
what
money
I
than
have.
scholar.
you.
Come on,
You don't know
scholar.
what I have, sir. And I'm not going to
I already
debate
know
that
I
with
have
you
more money
because
than
you're an
you. I
ignorant
win.
fool. I don't debate with fools. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what you got. Okay. Did it buy you any common sense? No.
I have
Well,
to
Did
I'm
it,
not
did
agree.
up here
it, did it, no,
complaining
no,
about
did it
something that
buy
doesn't
you any
exist. Can
kind
you
of
prove anything you're
intellect
saying? Yes or
or
no?
any kind of respect?
So
No,
you're
it
not
did
going to prove
not.
anything you're saying.
So you
Gotcha.
could take your money and stick it right up in your ass.
Can I ask a
Can,
question?
can I
Because I
talk?
want
Because this guy
everyone.
was like
Oh, I'm sorry,
complaining and
Scholar. Go
shit.
ahead.
Like he came up here just to complain about being broke.
Dude, everybody complain. I'm telling you facts. You just don't like to
Listen,
hear
it's
it.
your
That's
fault that you're
y'all's
broke. It's
problem. You
nobody
don't
else's
like to hear
fault.
facts
Hold
because it
on a
There's
hurts
no
your
second.
facts.
fragile egos. That's your problem.
And Scala, Foster came up either a little bit before or right after you did, so he has not done anything.
Yeah, a little before, because he was here before I dropped. I want.
Anyway, so this is my. Let me talk. So I don't believe in none of this. Like, listen, I'm a fucking Spanish kid from Newark, New Jersey. I never heard the term white or black or any of those fucking rainbow crayon colors until I came to fucking TikTok with all these old fat people who are broke and never had anything, never will have anything. They're trying to make an excuse of why they don't have shit. If I never would have came to the internet, I never would have heard any of this shit. I grew up around blacks, Hispanics, whites. I'm using that right now so I can understand what I'm saying. But I've never looked at them like that. I'm in Jersey, so I know Italians, I know Irish, I know people who look like me, I know people who don't look like me. I have never sat around a group of people and have them explain why they fucking losers. I've
I
never understood that.
No,
okay.
you're a
I
I
have
have a
loser.
never met a
question for
Allow
poor.
him.
him to finish. Allow him to
Let
finish
me
because I
fucking
want to
finish. Stop
after him,
complaining.
please.
Listen. Look, I don't understand why people come around on TikTok and explain why they fucking suck and why they're poor. I've never seen that in the real world. I've seen people get money. I've seen people have money. I've never had a group of people sit around in the corner somewhere and be like, yo, let's explain why we're fucking poor and we don't have shit and we're never gonna have shit. It's the white man. Yes, blaming him. Like, what the fuck?
First
I
of
don't
all,
get
can I ask Street a question? Because no one was coming, nobody black came up here and said we don't have shit. But I have a really serious
I never said that. I never
okay,
said what,
hold
color
on.
people
I have
said
a
that. I just
question
said
because
people.
I have a question because I want to understand, do you even understand racism and the concept of race? So my question for you is, what are the five races?
There's one. There's the human race.
No,
There's
see, so
nationalities. There's
no,
nationalities.
no,
Because if
there
I
are
was born in
five
China, I
races.
would be Chinese, even
Stop
though I'm
There,
interrupting
not from
her.
China.
exactly. I'm not speaking of nationality or ethnicity. That's different from race. So
Yeah,
what
there's only
are
one race,
so what
human race. We're
no,
humans. That's it. Are you a
no.
donkey?
There are
Are you an
five
ant? I'm a human.
excuse me. There are five races. So you
No, there
don't
isn't. That's
you
incorrect.
that means that you don't even know about the
That
concept
means you
of
need to
race
Google
or
it.
Man,
racism.
stop disrespecting her.
Suck my dick, bitch.
Suck
How
your
about
Bro,
mama's
that?
bro,
dick,
Fuck
bitch.
you,
All
you
right,
broke ass
And
bitch.
Big Boy,
suck
you
your
can
mama's
drop me
dick, you
down. You
drop
know
him,
bitch.
I
drop
don't
him,
do
drop
this.
him,
I'm
drop
not.
him,
I already
drop him.
did because I'm
Ignorant
protecting
ass
your
mother. Take your
platform.
ass back to Messy TikTok where you came from, you fragile, illiterate, dumbass motherfucker.
I want to say this to Scola, my friend Scola. Scola, do you understand that because you're a lighter skinned melanated man, you're actually melanated, Afghan melanated, all of you people, and
Right,
I'm sorry I'm gonna use that term, you people are melanated people from African descent,
right,
right?
right.
But you reap the benefits of racism because you're of a lighter skin tone. Do y'all understand that? Y'all recognize that, right? So even Scola reaps the benefits of being a lighter skin of African descent man. So maybe he doesn't understand what we're talking about because he is more white than black. I'll put it like that. When my daughter goes to school, my granddaughters, do you know what they call the Hispanics in the school?
Mm,
YT people.
mm.
No, they don't understand that these are actually lighter skinned African people, but because they associate their skin color with the racism that they experience and the privileges that they get because they are closer to white than they are their African descendants. So Scola doesn't understand what he has no idea. He has no idea, even though he's also how they say, I'm looking for a term that Trump would use to identify him. You know what I'm saying? Trump identifies you as a certain way, even though you're closer to YT because of your phenotype, right?
No, I mean, no, we're classified as Hispanic Latino. There's a box for that everywhere you go.
And
No,
that's
I'm
for
not talking about that.
ethnicity.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not
for
But
talking about that.
so,
ethnicity,
but
not
I'm
we're
race.
not.
talking.
So
I'm
we're
not.
not classified as whitey. Sorry.
Yes,
That's
but
not what I said. That's not what I said, ma'am. That's not what I said. I said because of your phenotype,
yeah.
because you look white, they'll consider you as white before you tell them your ethnicity, before you tell them anything about you, before you start speaking Spanish or whatever dialect that you speak, before any of that. When they look at you, they look at you as another white person until you tell them
You
differently.
can't say that.
So
You
you
can't say
benefit.
that, Miss Drop.
So
Because
I
let me tell you
can
why.
say it because
No,
of your
you can't.
phenotype,
The
ma'am. But
Dominicans
you
in
didn't even allow you
specific
didn't
have
allow me
a
to
very
finish.
dark skin complexion.
Not
Some
Listen to
all
Cubans
yourself.
not
have
all
very
Dominicans.
Listen
dark
to what you're
skin
saying.
complexion.
Listen to
So
what
at
she's
the end
saying.
of the day, you can't say that they look
Listen
at
to what she's
Hispanics and
saying.
group
Listen
them
to
into
y'all hearing
YT.
what
Like
she's
that's
saying?
crazy work.
People don't listen. People get triggered and they cut off their ears.
Yeah, B, you're not listening.
So if they look more black, they're going to be treated more black. You making my point. You just literally made my point. They're going to group them because of their darker skin tone as black and treat them under the same measure of racism that African Americans, Africans, and everybody else experience who are black. You just made my point and you're
And
not even
let's
hearing it.
and
I mean,
let's
the
be
only way
honest. You
I'm
can
gonna
come.
see your point
Let's
is
be
if you
honest.
give me some numbers.
You can come from the DR. You can be Dominican and phenotypically white or phenotypically black. You can
Exactly.
come from Mexico and be phenotypically white or phenotypically black.
Exactly. And you're going to be
Crazy work.
treated not because where you're from, but because what you are phenotypically. Do you
Phenotypes are
understand
what
that?
other people see, what the police officers see when they pull you over. And they don't go by ethnicity, they're going to go by
A
race. And when you
skin,
speak of
exactly.
ethnicity on applications, that is a sub question that follows behind the question of race. And they only give you 5 of those to choose from.
I think Trump may call them a some type of derogatory term is what I was trying to get them to understand. That regardless of their phenotype, he is
Everyone in
still
the middle
racist
is
toward
considered
them.
everyone in the middle is considered people of color. So it's whiteness
Yes.
at the top, people of color in the middle, and
And
black at the
black people at the
bottom.
bottom. Period.
I mean, people have to understand that. I think when we have these conversations, a lot of times people start internalizing it. And it's not specific to you. We're not talking about any one individual. We're talking about the entire systems, the way they're set up. And a matter of fact, the National Association of Realtors and Texas A&M did a video explaining about how these systems were actually put in place, real systems that were put in place. They're called redlining, green lining, yellow lining, blue lining. And these systems happen. I watched it. I watched it happen. I watched it happen in real life when I was a kid in my grandmother's neighborhood. I watched how the banks left the neighborhoods. I watched how grocery stores left the neighborhoods. I watched how hospitals left the neighborhoods, right? And so if you take a
Pharmacists, all of
community,
that.
pharmacists, if you take a
Pharmacies,
community,
everything.
right? You take all those resources out of their community, whereas people have to go these back in the day call it across the bridge, right? In order for them to get something, to go grocery shop, they have to go way across town, right? And what's going to happen is that now within those people's communities, that's black and brown communities, they have no resources. And people don't have resources. I don't give a care if you're white, black, brown, Chinese, Mexican. If you don't have resources, what are you going to do? You're going to do whatever you got to do to feed yourself and take care of your family, even if that comes to breaking the law.
But
That's just how it is.
Foster, somebody just said when she was talking about school, what racism. Are y'all okay? Y'all do not understand the racism that is within
Yo,
the
if this
school
fucking
system?
bitch curses me out again
Are
and he
y'all
doesn't get dropped, I'm
crazy?
gonna take it
Hold
really
on.
personal. Do not invite
Wait.
me up here and have this punk
Y'all
ass bitch
hold
curse me
on,
out
but
and then y'all dropping me because
bro,
I didn't do
uh
that. Don't blame me. I did not do that one.
Why
I
did
didn't do it.
somebody drop the
I
doctor?
don't got
I think the doctor dropped.
she
Okay.
dropped herself.
Yeah, I don't think she's going to participate with someone sitting up here speaking like that because I won't either.
Yeah, because
So
he's
Foster,
nasty.
let me ask you a question. While I don't negate what you're saying, right? Because you're saying when you were a kid. But what is it like today? Can you not walk like 2 blocks down the road? There's 5 gas
Well,
stations, 10 million fast
I
food.
to
can
answer
answer
let
that.
me ask, since she
Go
asked me
ahead.
the question, let me explain. Because of the systems that were put into place in the 1960s and the 1970s, these communities are still struggling. I'm right, prime example, right here in South Oak Cliff, right? We're just now starting to see the communities, banks and things like that. Matter of fact, my uncle, who he worked on, worked for TI, he told us 20 years ago, he said, guys, they're gonna come back and they're gonna start trying to take their properties back from the BLK people and the brown people over there, and they're going to start doing regentrification. Exactly what he said happened. Banks
That's
started
happening
coming
in
back
Oak
in.
Cliff right now.
Grocery stores started coming back in. You see a house that's $60,000, right? You see another house next to it that's 500, $700,000, right? You see what I'm saying? And what they do is these systems are in place, whereas these people, they know these people can't pay their taxes because what? They don't have no money. There's no places to work. Or where there had been places to work, they can't pay their taxes. Guess what they have to do now? They either lose their properties to the city where they sell it every, what is it, every second or third Tuesday at an auction, or or they have to end up selling the house because they can't pay their taxes and the house is dilapidated. You know what I'm saying? So those systems are still in place. And we're just now in Oak Cliff, those people in Oak Cliff just now starting to come out of it. Matter of fact, there was a high school. It's called South Oak Cliff. You can look this up. This school has been standing there since I don't know when, since the beginning of time, even when I was a
Hey,
kid, right?
Royal, real quick,
The whole entire
real
time.
quick, Royal, real quick. Hey, Scholar, bro, you can't be coming up here doing that shit, bro. What the fuck you doing, bro? This is we're having a nice, calm conversation, bro. You're coming up cussing, calling people bitches. There's women up here. They feel uncomfortable, bro. If you want to come up, you can't do that, bro. You're welcome to come up. You can't make people feel uncomfortable. This ain't messy talk over here, bro. People are trying to have a normal conversation, bro. You scared, drop off, drop left. You got Royal cussing. You got Nino don't even want to fucking participate in the conversation. You want to come, Scholar, you got to be cool, bro. That's it, bro. That's all I ask.
You know
We'll
what,
hear
big
you
boy?
out.
I'm gonna have to give you your credit for doing that because I know
Yeah.
that you know, you allow a certain thing in your life, and I appreciate that when this topic comes up, that you're creating a different type of space for the education of this conversation. And I'm gonna give you, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm proud of you for that, for real. I have to say that to you, that I'm proud of you for that, because you could just let this run the way everything else runs. So I think that
Nah, this
you've
is
evolved
even
on
more
some
important.
levels to when this conversation comes up, that you've now started to adjust, that it's a different environment for the conversation. So that's part of your evolution, and I got to give you your flowers for that. I
I
appreciate
agree
it.
Thank you,
100%.
Nina.
But I
Thank
wanted to
you.
say that what I was trying to say is
Hold on
that
1 second, Royal. I just need 10 seconds. Bayboy, whenever you were looking for the person who said what they said about the Christmas show, they messaged you.
Oh, did they?
Yes, just now.
Okay, I'll figure it out when I get off.
Okay.
what I was going to say is that this school said for all these years, full of asbestos, right? They just now tore the school down and rebuilt it. But you got to understand this community, these BLK Brown
And
communities
you should see
have
the
been
new school they're
right,
building for the gentrified area. Oh my God.
Or
right.
drop it here.
And
Good
somebody
morning,
said pull
Mr.
up
Lee.
receipts. I have it right here.
What's up, Mr. Lee?
Also, in cities like Chicago, which y'all know, I'm from Chicago, and it is the most segregated city in our nations, like, which there's communities for everything, but strategically, they have pulled all the businesses out of Black communities. And we literally have families for generations that don't go beyond a 10-block radius of their communities. And these communities are now food deserts. There is no urgent care. There is no libraries. There is limited resources, which also impacts us economically, because then we have to take our Black dollars out of our communities and put them in other communities, which continues to benefit them. There are literally communities, Black communities, where you can't get vegetables for your children. You have to leave your community and take your dollar and spend it in another community to get your kids vegetables, literally.
Somebody asked me to prove it in the comments. It says right there, South Oak Cliff students asked Dallas IDs to move them out of building. Why do you think students want to be moved out of a building? It's right here.
You do understand though that asbestos was practically the main thing put in walls
But it took
at
what
the
I'm trying to
very
it
beginning
took
for everybody
45
though,
it took
not just
45
certain
years
people.
though. Every if you here's the thing. When you go into I just voted, this was 2 years ago. We voted here. Matter of fact, at the time I was living in Louisville, I think. It's Louisville, the Collie one. Anyway, there was a vote, right? And the vote said, okay, well, do we give this school $15 million, not to get a new pool, swimming pool, to repair the pool, to get a better pool, a bigger one, a much more worthy one. You know what I'm saying? So when you watch these schools in these white communities getting this kind of money, right? And we just now started voting on this kind of stuff. Before they would just pass it, we wouldn't even know. Now they have to vote on it, right? And so, but then you go to Oak Cliff, and here I am, and my nephews, and my sons, they have books where you can see where people have signed it all the way back to the 1970s. That's a problem. And I know it's not fun to hear, but it's a serious problem, right? And
Now,
it's not. Go ahead.
I was going to say also things like, so in Chicago, I spoke in the schools, high schools for over a decade. Do you know that there are schools where kids can't take books home for homework assignments because they have to be shared? And these are only in the black schools, which the parents are told that there is not enough books for all students, only for them to find out that there were all of those books were being housed in the basement of the Board of Education Administration building and strategically kept from being resources in black schools only. Also in one of our suburbs, which is Maywood, which is a predominantly black suburbs, which are paying higher taxes in higher taxes, so more money should go into their school district. I'm speaking in this high school to only find out that they were only teaching these kids one grade level above remedial, and the parents didn't even know. So the straight A students and the honor students would then go off to college and not be able to compete with the other freshmen, even though they had the best grades, because they were being taught secretly at such a low level.
Now that's fucked up.
Bayboy, somebody with the name, I think it's G Wiz, wants to come up. Yes or
Who?
no?
Who?
G Wiz, I think they had a question.
I don't know who that is.
Here's another thing. Do y'all know that?
Bring them up.
So
Just get ready to drop them.
in
Okay.
medical school, they teach students that black people
And take Roy off the
can
invite.
endure more pain than white people. So they give us less pain medications and don't take our illnesses seriously. They literally just stopped teaching that in medical school in 2015, you guys. 2015.
And she's right. This happened to me for real. I actually experienced this. Went to a doctor, was in I got struck by a car actually. And he was like, "Oh, you're okay. You're a big, strong, you're a big, strong, strapping guy." I just got
Roy, your service is nervous,
Your
babe.
service is
is
nervous,
on
babe.
this
I
of the
thought it
health
was me.
disparity.
Foster, we didn't get to
How
hear.
you
I'm
say it
sure
Oh,
we
was
can
me?
sorry.
definitely.
We heard nothing. You got one bar.
Oh, my bad. Oh, my bad.
Here's another thing.
Oh,
My mother passed
can
away
you
of
hear me now?
pancreas. Uh-huh. My mom
Yeah,
passed
you good.
away of pancreas cancer, and she spent time at the Cancer Research Center where they told us, literally, a doctor told us at the Cancer Research Center that there were 4 other black women there that had the same type of cancer my mother had, that they can't detect until it's already stage 4 terminal, and that those cancer cells they knew were being activated by a hysterectomy that was only being given to black women. My family was literally approached for a civil lawsuit behind that because there is different type of hysterectomies that they perform, and they had through research already discovered this one particular hysterectomy will activate cancer cells that can't be detected until they're stage 4 terminal. So then they started to use this procedure only on black women. My mother was unalived because of that.
Sorry to hear that.
Did G Wiz want to say something? Was her service nervous, B?
She had some bars there, but they went away. Gee whiz. It probably
Hi,
is. Hold
folks.
on. Oh, there it
How
goes.
you doing? Welcome in. Mm, well,
Gosh, that was a earful that we heard from folks. Um, I just just have a few questions, and then I do have some points that I kind of wanted to make. But I'm going to start first with the school systems that people were mentioning, and how there's like this disparity. I worked in a school system not too long, maybe a couple of years, and my mom actually is a retired teacher. So I kind of have information on how like a lot of school systems are set up. I know that one of the people on the panel was mentioning that they were basically like hiding resources and hiding books and things like that. What I think people don't understand about how school systems work is that you have like your districts. So, you know, you have your Department of Education, whatever, and then they like fund specific money depending on like, I guess, what kind of community you may live in or whatever. But the reason why these resources and books and things like that go missing is because you have those administrators, those people over that particular maybe district or that school, and they are the problem. Like, because I literally taught myself for a while, and they have ample opportunity to like purchase the resources and the tools and the materials and the books and everything that's necessary for these students. But the problem is they be too lazy to get the stuff. So it's like I had a whole science class. I had a bunch of I had taught a science class, and I had about five different classes, and they literally did not have enough workbooks for the students. You know, students are sitting there, they're sharing books and things like that, but it wasn't because the district didn't give them the money or this money went somewhere else. It was because the school was too lazy to order the proper materials. You know, they didn't even have everything that the kids needed, but then you would go to another school and then they would have everything. So a lot of times it boils down to like these people that are in charge of these particular schools or these districts who are making bad decisions. I won't say what school district that I'm in, but I have a child who is special needs, so she has an IEP, and the way that they misappropriate the funds, you know, like I can even think about how they misappropriated those funds during COVID. Like they had so much ample money, and what they did is they took that money and they constantly wanted to test the kids. They constantly wanted to, you know, have the kids spitting these little tubes and have them ripping and running through the school taking these tests all the time, and they like wasted so much money. And so I pretty much got sick of it, so I started calling around the other school districts to learn what they did with that COVID money. And they weren't taking those kids through the ringer. They weren't making those kids test every single day and wasting all this money. They found ways to use that money to be of resource to the school. So a lot of times it's not about, oh, the white man, the white man. Sometimes it's about, okay, well, what are we doing to each other? What are black people doing to each other? Because we always want to point the finger all the time, and I just get sick of hearing about it because sometimes we're doing these things. And so now that brings me back to the initial point that I wanted to make is why are what I'm hearing on the panel is black folks saying they're removing resources from the city. They're taking resources from, so they're left with the no point but to, I mean, no other resource but to go rob and do this and do that type of thing. It's like, but if that's the case, why are you asking the same system to help you that you believe is against you anyway? So now my question is, well, what are we going to do? How long are we going to sit up there and say the system is stopping us from doing this, the system is doing this, the system is doing that? When do we look at ourselves and see what it is that we are doing? How long do we
I would
complain
like
for?
to
Because I
answer
hold
that.
on, because I've been on this panel for a while and I've heard about maybe three different people, and it's literally been a tiny violin playing as long as I've been up just listening to it. And it's like, okay, now that we know what the problem is, can we talk about solutions? Because I'm sick of hearing black people constantly pointing the finger all the time. And it's like, okay, but are we waiting for the problem to come be a solution? How long are we going to keep on complaining about the problem? When are we going to be a solution? When are we going to do these things? And then
I'd
when
like
we talk about gentrification all the time, it's like, well, what were we doing with those communities? You know what I'm saying? Like I see a lot of communities, like even the community I'm in now, like it's a pretty decent community, but we had like some abandoned properties, we had like some abandoned buildings and stuff, and there was like some crime like right around the corner from me. Even though I stay in a pretty decent neighborhood, there was like crime going on right around the corner from me, and people of my social economic or whatever you want to call it, my status, they would be around, it would be crimes going on just around the corner from me all the time. And then all of a sudden, you know, it was a particular group of people. They came in and they brought the building, they brought the property, they built it up. Crime don't even happen over there anymore. It's like they said, well, looks like we can't commit crime over here. Let us move further down to commit a crime. Versus the black people in the community saying, hey, how about we get together and maybe we buy this building, maybe we, you know, do something around here that can do something about this crime. But instead, we, and for, I don't want to like sound like, you know, like I'm talking about race here, but we literally sat up there and waited for some white people to come in and brought that whole area, and now it is literally no crime over there. You know, and I know you guys could probably say something like, well, black people don't have the resources, this or that. I'm like, but if we got together, if a bunch of us got together and wanted to really solve a problem, we could do it, but we don't. We just sit up there and we complain a lot. And I know that's not all black people, but as a black person, I am very sick and tired of hearing all this complaining all the time about a system that we say oppresses us and then turn around and ask that same system to help us. That does not make sense. If you feel so oppressed
Can
by the
Nino
system, what
respond?
are we
Can I
going to do?
respond? Okay,
I'm
so
done now, but I just want to know. That's what I'm curious about.
I will answer that. Well, first of all, black people being part of the system, we uphold the system as well, and that is called anti-blackness. And that trope, the ideology of just pull yourself up by the bootstraps is one that we use against each other, which is literal anti-blackness. But when it comes to gentrification, that is a strategic system where resources are pulled out of communities to impoverish those communities so that white tea people can come back in those communities and buy them out and build them up cheaper. So that is a system. And there are schools that are not misappropriating funds. I'm from
Yes,
Chicago.
they are.
May I finish? Because all of it is not the same. I spoke over 100 high schools in the Illinois area. And yes, even I specifically gave the town, even in where there is a suburban town where the majority of the people are home owners, but this happened to be a predominantly black suburbs. So what they were doing, because these people had the money to pay into their school system, what they were doing behind their taxpayers' backs were only teaching their children one grade level above remedial, so even their top students would not be able to compete when they left home and went to college. All of this is a system. And when we talk about, well, what should black people do because they're asking the same system for help? Well, our system is in everything, in all resources. It's in the water, it's in the health, it's in the school, it's in the legislation, it's in the medical, it's in housing, it's in our ideologies, it's everything. So it's still the system that we exist in, which decides who gets resources and who doesn't. So there is no alternative system for us to go to. In the same way as if we never speak about cancer, there would be no research for cancer, and there would be no reason to try to cure it. So the more that we speak about it and educate ourselves about it, even white tea people become more educated. So generationally down the line, maybe they will start to deconstruct the system as the older people have passed away that built the system. So it is imperative that we speak on it and educate each other, because the only people that have the power to deconstruct the system is the generational lineages of those that benefit from the system that was constructed for them. So it is imperative that we talk about this and educate each other, and also be mindful that our anti-blackness, like you black people are just making excuses, do something different. That's also part of the system, because white tea people are inherently racist, but black people are inherently anti-black. No one can live in an anti-black society and it not impact them negatively, even us black people.
And I want to say something too. I mean, why do we, you know what I'm saying? Why do we as BLK people or brown people, why do I have to get my rake in my community, right, where I pay taxes? Why come I got to go and get a rake and clean up the streets? Why come I got to go and fix up the road that's got a pothole that's been there since the last 15 years? Why come I got to do that? When I go to white tea neighborhoods and I see them outside doing the work, right? I see the streets being constructed and repaired on, right? I see the schools getting updates or a brand new big ass school that looks like a college campus getting built. Why come I got to go out here and singing in their front yard, "We shall overcome," while they getting the resources given to them? You know what I'm saying? We're not up here. I don't feel sorry for myself. I think most BLK people don't feel sorry for ourselves. But you can't sit here and villainize us for us calling out the system when there's documentation, there's proof, there's information out here that shows these disparities that we're talking about.
So
When Nino just sit here, when Nino just sit here and talked about the health disparity, there's a whole committee that was created in Congress to address why BOK women are being misdiagnosed in these hospitals, right? And it wasn't even started by a Democrat, it was started by a Republican.
And
So
also,
these things are out there. And in addition to that, you know, I'm not sitting here saying that feeling sorry for myself. Why do our kids have to sit in the high school, right? When they've been complaining, these black BLK people been complaining, going to the boards, going to the down to the city hall, complaining to hey, fix this school. They refuse to do so until they finally file a lawsuit. Why come we gotta file a lawsuit to get our kids out of a school with asbestos?
Also, we got to remember that historically, there have been times where Black people have pulled all of their resources together, developed their own towns and economic systems. And what happened to every single one of those towns? They
And
were
how long
burned.
ago was
Hold
that?
on, and
When
they
are we
were.
going to speak out? When
Excuse
are
me.
we going to speak
May
about
I finish?
now? You're talking about something that happened all
I
of these years ago,
may
but can we
I
talk about now?
may I
I mean,
finish
y'all two been
because I
going and
am.
complaining for a very
May
long
I
time, and then when
And
an
you have been
opposing
too.
viewpoint
may
comes
You're
on
complaining
panel,
too.
may
now
But
I
you're
no,
complaining.
finish
when an
my
opposing
statement?
But you're
viewpoint comes on
complaining.
panel,
May
you guys
y'all
keep
could
going.
drop me
You went,
down.
she
No.
went,
Guys,
you
one
went,
at a
she
Order
went.
time.
in the
Guys,
court.
one at a
Drop
Order
time.
me
in the
Guys,
down.
court. One
guys,
at a
one at a
time,
time. Come
ladies
on.
and
Drop me
gentlemen.
down.
One at
You're
a
gonna have it.
time.
Drop her down. If somebody wants to get dropped, let them get dropped down,
Yeah,
guys.
I
Somebody.
was speaking. I just don't want to argue about this. So I
Yeah, I
will
don't
let
think it's. I don't think. I know this. It always
So we
gets
should be
heated.
speaking one at a time. I
That's
didn't
what.
cut
That's
her
all I'm
off.
saying. That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I
Just one
didn't
at a
cut
time.
her off. So she's saying, what about now? Well, historically, we've already been shown the patterns that when we do this, this will be the result. The result, and doing that is dangerous. Do you know it is only the only time in history where the US dropped a boom within itself on someone is our community. So we have branched out and moved in communities so that our children can get educations in predominantly white tea communities. That's a part of our survival that now we've spread out instead of repeating our historical patterns of just isolating in one area because we know that area will eventually become they will come for it and deconstruct it because this is about money. The system is about the oppression of blackness for the financial gain of whiteness. So anywhere where we are starting to grow and it's centralized blackness and wealth, it's going to be deconstructed because that is how the system is set up.
All right. G's, go ahead, G's.
So again, like I said before, I think, and whether you guys want to agree or not, is we keep mentioning what is being done to us versus what we are going to do about it. Like just like what is his name? Foster mentioned, he said, why should we go on the streets and be kumbaya? Why should we go on the streets because this or this or that? I'm like, well, are we attending these meetings? Do we know anything about like policies that are going into place? Are we at the town halls? Are we at the school community meetings? Are we at the board meetings? Are we going to these things? Are we speaking up at these meetings? Because like I said before, in my own school district, you literally have to go to those board meetings or something is going to change and you're not going to know anything about it. And then you're going to turn around and say, well, black kids are are missing out on this and black kids are missing out on that. But what did we do to fight against that? Because a lot of times, like for my school board, for example, we do have a white T superintendent, but his entire board is black. Like everybody else is black, right? So when we have our meetings and things, these are the people that are coming up with these practices and policies and things like that. And yes, you do have to go to these board meetings and you do have to fight against these things. But a lot of times we are literally fighting against each other. This is what I'm seeing. Now I understand like there's gentrification and things like that that you guys are saying that is happening. But what I'm noticing with these gentrifications is that what are we even doing with these communities? Like, what is really going on in these communities? Like, we have to be honest with ourselves. Like, what are we doing with the communities that we have? We're not doing anything with the communities that we have. And it just goes back to, like, I think a news report that I saw not too long ago where a whole lot of black people were complaining because Walmart was leaving the area. And I'm like, well, because y'all keep stealing. So, and I'm not saying it's always black people doing things or whatever, but it's like, why complain about an oppression, a system that is oppressing you, and then turn around and then ask that same system for help? So I'm not saying pull yourself up by your bootstraps. I'm just saying, can we get together and can we do something? And then as soon as I say, or any other black person says that, then you'll say they deconstruct us every time. So I'm like, so what are we going to do? Are we just going to complain and say they keep attacking us, or are we going to do something about it? I mean, what's the plan? What's the solution? Because you guys have been literally going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, complaining, but I haven't heard one solution. I haven't
Okay,
heard one
Well, I
solution
mean,
yet.
I've already said my
I'll
I
solution.
haven't
I've said
heard
that.
one idea of I'm
Let
still
Royal, let Royal
speaking.
go. Let
I'm
Royal
still
go.
I've
speaking.
said before
Okay,
that
I
Let
can
us
get
know
we
cut
when
need
off,
you
to
and
be
that's
land.
fine. I
more.
Hold
haven't
on,
heard a
Royal. Hold
Hold
solution.
on,
on, let her
Royal.
finish, Royal.
Z,
Let her
let us
finish.
know
She
when you
didn't. She
land the
didn't.
I'm
Finish.
plane.
done.
She
I
didn't
just want
finish.
to hear what the solution would be
And real
now,
quick,
because I
real
hear a
quick,
lot of complaining.
real quick, I want to say something too, real quick. Just because what Drop said earlier. Drop said like, because I was like, well, what can we do about it? She said we can't do nothing about it. That's what Drop said. And she said we got to try to break it, but for right now, like we're stuck in it. Is you know what I'm saying? So
Well,
that
I
stuck to me when she said that.
I think two things can be true at one time, right? And I think that's the problem right there. I think that you have people that think like you or feel like you, thinking that there's one solution and this is what we should do, and then you feel like there's people like me and Nino that thinks one way and this is what we should do. Why can't both be true at the same time? Why can't we be more, be more advocates or be more active about in these programs and voting locally? I've said this before. We have got to, it cringes me when I hear a BOK person say, you just don't vote, and don't do no good anyway. Well, do you vote
I
locally?
don't think that.
Well, I'm saying, but I've heard people say that. You know what
No,
I'm
that's
saying?
that's them, but
You know what I'm
I
saying?
definitely
And I
don't think
don't
that
I don't
way.
like that mindset, because my thing is that the local is what's going to really do you the most good, or the most bad. A
and
lot of
if our
times what the
votes were
president does doesn't even
Hold
touch
on,
you.
y'all. He ain't interrupt y'all. Let him
What
get it
it
out.
what a lot of times what they do federally in Congress, a lot of times that don't affect you directly, or it may not affect you for years to come. You see what I'm saying? Because regardless of a lot of these policies and laws that they pass or whatever, or changes, it's up to your state a lot of times whether they're going to implement that or
Mhm.
not. So if you're not voting locally, that's where we're spiting ourselves. You feel what I'm saying? So I believe that what you're saying is exactly right. There are things that we can do, but what I'm talking about are the systems. The systems are there. Why come the system is there? Why come I got to fight against this system? Why can't the system be disbanded and removed, right? So that we don't have to fight against that system in addition to fight against the people that's in the system, right? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about any one individual specifically. I'm saying as a community, the systems that attack communities to make it to where is there are those disparities. That's what I'm talking about. Why come those systems can't be overhauled or
Well,
removed or
And
changed?
also, Black people are not a monolith. So when we have our anecdotal experiences, like this is happening in our school district, or this is happening in what's our township meetings, and Black people aren't going, that's not what is happening in all towns. There are a lot of places where Black people are boots on the ground and active in their school systems.
right.
But in spite of that, the system is actually global. So no matter what we are doing, the system is evolving and pushing against us at all times. And literally for us, when Black people say to other Black people, well, y'all complain about the system, what are you going to do about it? We did not construct the system. We do not control the system. So literally, we do not even have the power to disassemble the system. It was set up literally so that we don't have the power to break it.
What do you guys have to say about affirmative action and like DEI? Well, I know Trump done away with that, but I mean we have had systems in place that have given us some advantages though. So what do you
Okay,
guys think
but
about that?
who did it? But you also have to remember that DEI and affirmative actions are systems for minorities, and the largest minority in the United States is white T women. So those two systems that you speak of, the largest beneficiary even of those systems were white T women, not Black
Hmm.
people.
Do you know who was on the lowest of that DI poll? Do you know who was
Hold
the
on a
lowest that
second. Can I
benefited?
interrupt just for 10 seconds? It has nothing to do with
Sure.
this conversation. Hey, Scala, you in my inbox threatening me? Yes, Rockport, Texas. There's 4 Circle K's in Rockport. So have fun.
Come on, Scholar.
What I
Stop
what I was
fucking
gonna
playing that game, Scholar. That shit's hella weird, bro. Stop it, Scholar, bro.
I was gonna say is
I
that
just I find that just although I'm sure that that is the case with that, there was a lot of uproar, and I cannot pronounce the word roar, so just bear with me. But I'll say it was a whole lot of fuss in the black community about when
Come on, John, let's
DEI was done
go.
away with. There was a lot of fuss about that.
We're
Well,
in a
because
walk.
we
So
it wasn't
if
it
we
wasn't
weren't being benefited from it, then why
it
was there
wasn't it
such a big
wasn't. I
fuss
think
about
see
it?
that's what I'm saying is that you're
You're
hearing but
not
you're not listening.
And
understanding.
I'm just
And I
asking
can
a question. I'm
explain.
not
I can
making a
explain
point.
what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to explain it to you. Okay, we BOK people benefited the less. Okay, when you heard the anger, it wasn't because they were necessarily removing DEI. It was the reason that they were removing DEI, and the message that they were trying to send out. See, I'm not stupid. You see what I'm saying? You can say something and you can act like you're not, but I know that what you're doing is you're trying to point out me. You see what I'm saying? And
No,
my
I'm just
people.
asking a
And,
question,
and well,
literally.
that's what we were angry about is that the fact of this call of DEI and these other little calls that they put out in Congress. It's pointed at us when they talk about
But if
removing
it
history and things like that. Then that's against us. It's not that they're removing we're benefiting from DEI. It's that the fact that they're doing it because they're trying to spite us. We're not stupid.
Okay, so
And hold on,
if
Foster. I
hold on,
have to
let me
go ahead.
respond to that. So if that is the case though, if the least group of people that would benefit from that, and if it was removed, why on earth would that be such a big idea then? If you know
because
that this is the least
because
amount
the
of people
message wasn't the
we were the
message
least
wasn't
amount
for
of people to
you,
be
G.
affected for.
The message
Well,
wasn't for
maybe
you.
then
It wasn't for
what do you
me.
mean
It
for
was for
me?
white T people. It was for those people, those supporters. They don't read. They don't educate themselves. So they get behind it. Just like when he talked about, trans going in bathrooms. We know that most people. I got 4 sisters. I never heard them, and I got several female cousins. And not one time and we talked about a lot of issues with men. That ain't one of them we ain't never talked about, right?
Yeah.
We talking about 1%, less than 1% of the population. But see, but then you have people that are uneducated, right? And that still would hate that'll run on that situation and really think that that's a problem. That's a major
I'm
problem.
lost about
So
that
what? Okay,
that
so here
example.
I'll explain it
The
where it makes more
bathrooms
sense. Hold
example,
on a
I'm kind of
second.
lost about that
So
one.
G, what happened with the DEI and affirmative action? They used blackness as smoke and mirrors because we benefit from it the least. Although losing it does hurt our children because we know they have to work 10 times harder and they have less opportunities. So now they have even less. But they use blackness and white blackness as the smoking mirrors because as long as you keep us divided, we will not become united and take the power and wealth
Exactly.
back from the few at the top.
Well,
Because
I
hold on, just let me finish this one point. I'll land it quickly. Because that wasn't about taking anything from blackness. That really was about taking something from white tea women because their population numbers are decreasing and they want them back in the household having babies, not in places of power in businesses and outside the home. But they used us to say it was about us so that white tea people would not fight against it, knowing it was really set up to harm white tea women so that their population numbers can go back up.
So what does
I'm
DI what does DEI mean? Like
what
what
y'all
is
Actually,
its
it
believe
means
function?
that racism
What
is
was the
just in
function of
America.
DEI?
so the
Diversity,
function.
equity, and inclusion.
And so the
Okay,
function
that's
of
what the
DE,
acronym stand for, but what's the
yes.
function?
And
What
so
was it
the
for?
functionality of it actually just wasn't for white tea women. You know who else benefit from that? Veterans, people disabled, also within businesses,
That would have been
DEI.
part of the
Hold on.
ADA.
No, that's also
People
part
with
of
mental illnesses
that's
benefited
part
from it
of
too.
No, that's
DEI.
ADA.
No, that's also DEI. That's the same thing when you work for a company and you have to do those work modules that talk about everyone's experiences and ideologies within the company, our value. That is literally DEI also.
Right. And it talked about
If that's,
people.
I just want to respond to that because I get what she's saying. But what I'm saying is, so if that's what DEI is, and then you're saying that they use black people as a smoke and mirror for that. But if it takes it basically a stroke of your fingers to figure out exactly what DEI stands for, then why would we be duped into thinking it was for us when all it took was a little bit of research to figure out exactly what it was for? So it
Because
doesn't
Remember
make
people
one.
sense
aren't
to
going
get
to do that
up in arms
research.
about something that it wasn't for us anyway,
I
that we
think
was the
I
least
think
benefited.
you're
So it doesn't make
confused.
sense to be come up in arms about something that you saying was not for us anyway. That's what I'm saying.
We
But
would
I
So
know
people
never.
the
why
aren't
would we
answer
gonna
You
why
don't
would
because
we
of
be
understand.
voting.
upset?
Because
Why
of
would we be
voting.
upset about something
We're
that
not
it
up in
wasn't directed at
arms.
us anyway?
Listen. We're not up in
If it
arms, people.
wasn't for
I
us,
think
why
you're
would we be
missing.
Nino,
upset
fuck your
about it?
G,
mom,
you're
bitch.
missing.
Drop me again
I'm
since y'all
just
don't let nobody
saying.
say anything. You
You're missing.
fucking
What the
cocksuckers. Drop me
hell?
again. I don't give a fuck.
yo,
Y'all
that
don't let
dude
one
just
Exactly.
said
motherfucker with
F
an
my
opposing
mama,
opinion come
babe
through. Nino,
boy.
fuck your mom.
My thing is that it's not
Wow,
about.
he
I think you're
tripping.
missing the point. It's not about the DEI. We know that it don't benefit us. What she's trying to explain, and we were trying to explain to you, it's the smoke and the mirrors. It's saying that if I can keep you focused on this little small group over here, and you're
It's sleight
thinking
of
they're
hand,
the problem,
definitely.
you know what I'm
Yeah, it
saying?
was a
Then
sleight of hand.
I can be doing this. It's a sleight of hands. It's like a
That
Yeah.
was
which
worded
which cup
But
perfectly,
it's also a
which
voting
GR1.
issue. If you don't
But wouldn't
vote,
No,
that but wouldn't
then
that
you get
be
really
lack
get
of
then
wouldn't
you
that
really
be
get
the fault of a person's ignorance though? Wouldn't that be
no,
because you would be too
actually,
ignorant to go and look up and see
no,
exactly what's going on with that?
no,
Because the only way you can dupe someone
no.
is with that is because of a
well,
lack of knowledge
unfortunately, a
about
lot
it.
of
I'll
folks been
answer that.
duped.
Hey,
I'll
with
answer
that
Playboy.
that. So
voting.
I'll answer that. So let me explain to you why people do not go and do
Playboy.
their research. Because everything around you is telling you this is what it is. So the majority are just going to believe that's what it is because it's the talking point everywhere. It's only a very limited group of people that's going to say, let me go and
Well,
research
that's a
that
problem.
deeper myself. But that's part of the ideologies of the
That's
system
called
that
being
leads.
brainwashed.
No,
That's our
and
problem.
Well, it's a lot of
that's
brainwashing.
Lack of
literally part.
knowledge, you
Hold
perish.
on, but brainwashing is literally part of the system, and the ideologies are generationally embedded in us. So that's literally what you're
So
pointing
how
out,
do we
G,
come out of
is
that
part of this.
then?
We have to
Why do we
have these
keep
conversations.
perpetuating that? Why
We
do we
We
don't
don't
keep passing it
perpetuate
we
down?
anything.
don't
We
perpetuate it.
are. We
Hold
No,
are
we're
on,
because
not.
obviously I don't think
You're
that
missing the
way.
whole. Hold on one
you're
second. You're
No,
missing the
missing
I'm
the
whole
not.
point.
thing.
No, I'm
When no,
not.
when
If
Trump. No, hold
something
on one
was put
second.
into
When Trump
place and it
said,
doesn't, and then don't bring
hold
the,
on. Let
and
me
then you
finish.
guys
Hold
keep
on.
on
You
bringing
talk.
Trump into
She
this
talk.
like we
Let me
didn't
talk
have
now.
all
Let me
kinds
talk.
of.
Let me talk.
Okay,
Let me
go ahead,
talk.
because you guys are talking
Okay.
quite a bit.
When Trump said about DEI, it was in regards to the crashes in that helicopter, right? And I've been on these panels. And I could tell you that a lot of people were going out thinking, okay, well, see, they hiring, these BLK people, and they passed a laws,
That's
whereas,
not necessarily
the
black.
BLK people don't have to take as much education. They automatically figured that because he said this Morse code that he put out, that it was BLK people that was driving that
But did
helicopter
Trump say
because of the
that?
way
Did
he
he
put
say
it.
that they were
No,
black?
it's the way he put it.
That's what I'm
Why would you
saying. Y'all
hold on
brains
one
sit up
second?
there
Why
and
would you say no?
decide
It's
that
not
that's what
brainwash,
he's
ma'am.
saying.
Why would you say
No, I
after a
didn't say
helicopter
that.
a crash that off people? Why would you say DEI? Okay, of all things, people losing their lives. Family members have lost their families in these helicopters. Why would you, in this plane crash? Why would you say DEI of all things? Because it's a Morse call,
It
right?
is. It is. So Ronald Reagan. No, sorry, not Reagan. Correction.
I
So
don't care
Nick.
about the way he
So
said
hold on
it.
a second. So
I
Nixon.
do.
Hold on. Nixon literally said that our terminology can no longer be
Thank you, London.
overt. It needs to be covert. You can't use the N word. You have to say like welfare. So there are all of these codes, and the codes continue to change and evolve as we remain resilient. So now the new code, the N word would be DEI. So they've created the ideology that DEI represents blackness, which means that people will stand behind getting rid of it because people stand behind anything that you said are exclusively for black people. So that's
But
how we're,
again,
hold on a second, G. That's how we're used as the smoke and mirrors. And I understand you saying people should be more educated, and they should. That's why hold on,
exactly.
that's why we need to have these conversations. But two things are happening at the same time. Even though we need to be more educated, the ideology is generationally embedded and still being planted. So there are always going to be a population of people that will never seek the education and will believe all of the subliminal, even subliminal things that are being put into their heads and ideologies about this system and how it really exists, misleading them. And do you know
And
if
that's
hold
how we
on, I'll
perish.
make this point. Do you know if say the government was to give us reparations and completely deconstruct racism and promise that it would never happen again, it would literally still take over 100 years if everyone in the US became equitable and there was no oppression, it still would take a minimal of 100 years for that ideology to get out of our society.
But the reason why the ideology continues in our society is because, like you're saying it's perpetuated systematically. But then you have people who continually pass these ideologies down, just like how you said it was the way that he said it. It was the way that he said. I'm like, but did he say black people though? Did he say that? And then again, this goes back
You
to
heated
what I
out to.
said with regard. Hold on, what I said with regards to looking things up and going and getting some information. Just because it is propaganda or whatever is presented that way, you still have to be smart enough to go and say, okay, let me get an understanding of this. And then you yourself, you said that there's still going to be people who won't go look it up. There's still going to be people who are just going to believe things at face value. That's where we have a problem. We
Well, the
can't
average
always be like,
American,
hold on, I'm not done, because y'all, don't cut me
I'm
off, because
sorry,
y'all don't
I
want to be cut off
apologize.
either. But like I said, like, it's about continuing to pass down this same ideology over and over and over again. And the reason why I can say this, I don't know how many of you guys like have kids, and I always make a point because I love to use my kids as an example, because it's opened up my eyes to a lot of different things. But for my kids, like, I've never talked about, oh, race this and race that, and oh, black people, we've been oppressed. And it's like, I just don't bring up that stuff. I don't sit up there and tell my kids, let's go watch Rosewood, let's go watch 12 Years a Slave, let's go do this, let's go get mad, let's go watch Amistad, let's go do this. Like, I don't do that stuff. And so my kids are pretty much thriving. They can go out in the world, they can work with any group of people. I feel like they have similar opportunities because I have raised them that way. And I didn't grow up a rich person, I grew up very poor. But as I got older, it's like, you have to make changes for yourself. You have to achieve things and work hard at things. You can't sit up there and be waiting for DEI to give you a boost, or affirmative action to give you a boost, or be like this token person, like at this company or
But
whatever.
then you're
Sometimes,
leaving
hold
your
on,
kids lack of knowledge.
sometimes you
Let
have
her
to
finish.
perform.
You
You
don't
have to
even
Let her
perform.
finish.
Wait
listen.
a minute, why are you cutting me
Let her
off? Like,
finish.
you have to perform. You know what I'm saying? Like, my kids, my older kids, they're in college now. And they have jobs, and they work with white people, they work with Mexican people, they work with Asian people. They have a plethora of different races of friends, and they can thrive, and they perform. And they're not sitting up there thinking like, the white people have an advantage over me or this or that. They don't even think that way. They go out there and they perform because they know they need to be successful in the world that we live in. They don't sit up there and be talking about systematic this and systematic that, because I didn't raise them that way. And when they get out there in the world, they do not have any problems like that. And so I think a lot of
Yeah.
times what we do is that we keep instilling these things in their head. And sometimes it's like, look, let's just look at the character of people. Let's get out here and perform in the world that we live in. Let's do better. Let's not keep saying, hey, white man, you owe me a check. Hey, white man, you owe me reparations. Hey, white man, you owe me my mule and all this. Like, I am so sick and tired of hearing about that. And again, I'm not saying pull yourself up by your bootstraps so tough, but what I'm saying is, let's stop perpetuating this whole mentality and thinking that we know what someone's saying. Like, you just assumed that Trump was talking about black people with regards to
Of course
DEI,
he
but then
was. He was.
and then we already said that DEI didn't even benefit black people the most. So it's like, well,
Ma'am,
which one
you're
is it,
missing
man?
the point. You're missing the
No, I'm not
point.
missing the point. What
You
No,
y'all
let
are
her.
are.
doing is
You
Let
y'all
have
are
hold
lack
on.
of
deciding.
knowledge.
Y'all are
Let her
You're
deciding
finish.
that. See,
slow.
they cut me off. They cut me
Let her
off.
Let her miss
finish.
What
the
y'all are
because
doing?
Slow.
See, now she's insulting me. You see how that
You
goes?
is
So
don't
what
insult
y'all?
her.
Let
But
her
don't
Okay,
insult
finish.
so
her
what are
though.
you? Why are you calling me slow? I didn't call you a name. So
because
what
the
I'm
whole
saying is,
time they was up here trying to educate
No
you're not
personal
trying to educate
attacks,
me. I
and
reject
speak
your
one at a
education.
time. Let her finish.
What I'm saying is, and now you
you.
done made
She
me lose
been
my train of
talking and her
thought.
point ain't even got
And y'all been
across.
Let her
talking for eternity
finish.
before I even came up here. So you two can stop with the whole wanting to be the monologue educators. Other people have things to say too.
Hey, one at a
And you
time.
just
Make
made me
sure
lose my
y'all
train of
land y'all
thought.
plane, man. If
When
y'all
you
go speak
said
for 30 minutes straight, y'all gonna get dropped.
Exactly, bruh. Tell
I
her to
haven't
land
spoken
her
for 30 minutes
plane.
straight. I
I
haven't
but you
said,
spoken
kind
for
of
yeah,
30
you
minutes
I'm talking
straight.
to
G, you
all
do
of
kind
You
of
y'all. I didn't
monologue.
say
I'm
you.
sorry, you kind of monologue a
okay?
little
And I
bit.
get that from you because you and her been doing that for
No, I
eternity.
haven't monologue. I do not
I
monologue.
haven't even barely been up here. Y'all been going the whole time.
Okay, all right.
You two
Yeah,
talking is what made me come up
you
here.
monologuing right now.
Well, whatever. You that
What
now we
made
have
you
to do
come
the
up
Well,
here
insults.
is
We have
you.
to do
But
the
no,
insults.
listen.
But
I'm
go
messing
ahead with
with
the
you.
insults.
But
That's
listen,
cool.
I'm just
no,
messing
no,
with
no,
you. I'm
we're not
joking. But
insulting
no,
you, young
listen,
lady. You're speaking
listen.
beautifully.
I'm just messing with you. But now,
That
when
was
you
just
say
called
about when you
slow.
talk about
No, you ain't
reparations,
slow.
hold on one second. I want to explain something to you real
She
quick.
act like
We're
it.
not just we're not just
See,
pulling
still
reparations out of our
insulting.
behinds. Hold on one second, because we think people owe us some money. We were promised these things. Okay, we were promised these things that if you do X, we'll give you these. We were promised these things. It was a contract that was rescinded, right? We never got that. We never got any part of that, right? It was promised to us for the Civil War so we can help out, right?
That's right.
Through General William T. Sherman's. It never happened. Instead, what they did was they did the Homestead Act of 1864. They gave
You weren't even
160
alive.
acres to production.
That
Man,
money
it
would have
don't
been
matter whether I'm
gone.
alive. You know what's not alive? Let me tell you something. If your grandparent or anyone's on this panel's grandparent that's got some money passed away, guess what you gonna want? You're gonna want that money. You're not gonna want the city to have it. You're gonna want it. So why can't I want what's owed to me? You know
Well,
what I'm
those
saying? I'm
people put their
57 years
lives
old.
on the
I can
line.
remember.
Right.
Listen,
You
hold
didn't
on one
do
Regardless of
second.
how
Hold on
good
one
it
anything.
second. Let
is.
me finish. You monologue. Let me monologue for about 1 minute more. Okay. I remember directly my great grandfather, not my great grandfather fought in the Civil War. He was promised these things. So why can't I expect or depend that this should be owed to me because it was promised to him? Because if he do X, they were going to give him Y. They never did that. They broke the contract. So
Also, I
contractually, they owe us this money. We're not asking. You acting like we sit on this panel. Ain't nobody on this panel sitting here teaching their kids, you should black and you did. Ain't nobody teaching. We teaching our kids exactly the way you teaching your kids because all of us, Nino and myself, are both highly educated, right? And I don't need any
Highly
excuse.
educated in a
I've
system that
never
oppresses
used,
you.
hold on one second. No, ma'am. I know the facts. I know the system because it's out there. You can look this stuff up, ma'am. It ain't stuff that I'm saying because I feel this way. This stuff is out here, right? There's health disparities for BOK women specifically. You know what I'm saying? The redlining and green, all this stuff is out there. You can Google it and find all of it. It's not me and my feelings. These are facts.
also
Okay,
you
when,
said
when
that
they
we
talk
need to
about when they
educate
talk about
ourselves.
the 13% is responsible for the 50%. Those are other little calls that they put out. You know what I'm saying? Which is misinformation. Because if you know the real facts, you know that the exoneration rate for the BOK people is 60%, right? It has been. And then if you also look at it, you'll see that white T people lead in 28 categories of 30 categories, according to the FBI.gov. In addition to that, if you look at the little small print, it tells you that these numbers are not correct. But people run on that shit every day because guess what? It makes them feel good. So the exact same thing that you're sitting here proponing against us is the same thing that people out there that are racist are also doing. That's what you should be speaking on.
And it's back to the sleight of hand. Everything you said is what they're doing. They're giving you this, but they're doing that. Yep. They're saying they're giving you this, but they're doing that.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're absolutely right, Ro.
Also,
What's
I
with
want
this
to
gimme,
also
gimme,
hold
gimme?
on, G. I also want to say because I am a parent as well, but I'm a parent of a 30-year-old adult because I'm 53 years old, and all of it. And I love the way that you know all that you do for your children, but regardless of what you teach them or you do not teach them, that is not going to absolve them from experiencing racism. No matter how hard they work, it will not absolve them from being, it will not put them outside of this system. But what will happen, and I will tell you this as a mother of an adult, without being realistic and teaching your children about this system, which it doesn't mean you are teaching them that they ain't never gonna make it, and things are set up so you won't make it, so don't try at all. That's not what we teach any of our children. But not being informative about this real system, which impacts especially Black women's lives, is very harmful, because that means your children will grow up, possibly if you have a girl and she wants to become a mother and she becomes pregnant, she is at higher risk of being unalive. And not teaching our children about this system means that she may not know when and how to advocate for herself. She may not know when you are now in labor, can't leave this hospital, and the safest thing for you to do right now is call the closest white tea person that you know to be there with you and your family as an advocate, because no matter how much you screaming and clowning in that hospital for your daughter, they're not going to listen to you, and they may put handcuffs on you and make you leave that hospital. To also know if your children ever become homeowners, they might want their white tea neighbor to stand stand in for that appraisal and take all the pictures down of their black child so their home will not be under appraised, which there are 15 banks being sued right now for doing that. So us not letting our children know about a real system we live in doesn't mean we're teaching them that they can't never be great. For them to be great, we must educate them on the things going on around them that they have no control of.
I got a situation right now. One of my aunts, we went through one of my aunts right now, and right here in the Dallas, what's the name of the prison in Dallas? I can't think of the jail, but
Collin
anyway,
County or downtown
no, no,
Dallas?
no, it's downtown Dallas,
Oh, well,
New
call it the
Sterry,
city
New
jail.
Sterry.
Call it the city.
I
Yeah,
got
the
an
city
aunt, New
jail.
Sterry. I got an auntie that was unalived in prison by police
Oh,
officers.
Royal, I'm so sorry.
All right, through a fight club, predominantly for
Really?
BLK people. Yes, and you want to sit here and tell me
Oh man.
that we making this shit up? That these systems don't exist? I could pull it up right now and show you. To where we had to end up suing, or my cousin had to end up suing the city of Dallas for 800 some $1,000.
Well, I watched it in
And
Collin
then when they
County.
brought, hold
A
on
black
the
man
ZR1, when they
unalived.
brought her to the hospital, the police officer brought her to the hospital. My cousin, her daughter, worked at the down where they took the unalived bodies. Right, this white officer brings the lady in and says, she said, "Who is this?" He said, "Some stupid crazy bitch,"
Oh,
not knowing that this was her mother.
You know what? I want to ask ZR1, and this will point it out because maybe y'all will believe him. So, ZR1, I lived in Frisco my first 2 years here. And
yeah.
I know that you live in
I live in Allen. That's cool.
County in the area.
Yeah, I live
Am
in
I
Allen.
make right? Am I making it up when I say that they profile black people in over there?
Only under one. You're 1,000% right, unless you're a professional athlete, like when Deion Sanders used to live in Frisco, or my coach, that Coach Wade Rhodes. That's the only ticket that, you know what I'm saying when I say ticket. That's the only, unless you're famous. Yeah, you're gonna get profiled. Absolutely, 100%. Even by the Indians and Asians, it's kind of like you see them. I mean, it's kind of, and I'm talking about the star. I'm talking about in Frisco. If you're sitting out on the patio, say at Mi Casina having dinner, and you see them like they're getting eyeballed. I mean, I see it. People eyeball the black people walking down the walkway or whatever, and it's kind of eerie. It really is.
Not to,
I when I worked in the Caribbean, my company, I think I've told everybody that my company was in the Caribbean. So, you know, I I got, and it's not, and I don't think I'm a driver, and I can't even say the other word, but the white people, I don't know, white people, whatever you want to call them, they thought they were on vacation working in the Caribbean. I got more flack, more backlash, more in trouble by having a white tea worker than an African American worker all the time, all the time. So I don't get this part. The other scenario that pisses me off is, oh, they don't work. They don't work worth a shit. They're lazy. This and that. They just want a free check. You know, if you want to hide your check, put it in their boots. You know, shit like that. I mean, I'm telling you, as an employer, that scenario just pisses me the fuck off because I would have to say, well, then why am I writing more checks for BLK people than I am YT people? You know, riddle me that one.
and the fact is, there
So
one that any company that I've ever worked with, if you want to know how to do something, if you want somebody to train the hell out you, and you just be damn good at your job,